So not all estate planning documents are created equally. So there's been this trend anymore to make things very transactional. Maybe you go online and try to get, a cheap will on there, and it kind of fills out some forms. And what I found is, you may be able to get that done, and maybe you can figure out how to get that executed correctly, that you don't invalidate the gifts that you've given. Sometimes we see family members that are beneficiaries signing off on the will. That's not a great thing. But not all these plans are created equally. In fact, that's more of just a transactional document. And at Hotz Law, what we like to do is we like to take a comprehensive look at you, right? So it makes no sense for us to put together a will that has things going to certain people, and then you find out that you put transfer on death designations on your bank accounts, or maybe you have a child or a loved one that you need a special needs trust or something else there, and so your will or your designations aren't working together even with your financial advisor. And so we like to look at a comprehensive look at you and what your needs are to tailor those documents, to solve those needs. Another thing that we look at doing is sometimes the trust has different things with kind of trust protectors. What happens if you leave money to your kids and they get a divorce? What happens if they have some sort of disability, or there's some inability to control the assets? And so, you have blended family situation. You have creditors that could be lurking in the midst. You may want to do stage distributions of the assets over time to somebody. And so all those things come into play from it's a simple, sit down and talk for 30 minutes. We kind of figure out what your needs are, your concerns, and we'd be happy to kind of custom tailor something. So it's not just a one-size-fit-all thing, but something that's designed for you and your family and loved ones. It's going to save you a lot of time and money down the road and heartache to do it right the first time.